what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay out there. Thank you to everyone who's been able to stop by during the live streams recently. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun to engage with you guys in real time. I know sometimes it gets a little chaotic in here because of my kids and they're like in and out, running back and forth, and so I appreciate the patience and understanding. Hopefully moving forward it'll be a little bit more controlled, but you know, it's real life. It's they're the biggest part of my life, and so, you know, hey, do what you can. But thanks again for all the support on the channel. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at SuperHiveDC. The link to my profile is in the description. Also in the description is the link to my merch. If you're interested in any of that, I do appreciate that support as well. And yeah, so before I jumped on to make this video, I was going to mention first that we got our like a first quick look at Army of the Dead, Zack Snyder's movie coming up on Netflix this year. Netflix recently confirmed that it will be coming out in the summer, but there's not a hard date yet. It's just this summer. We'll probably get a trailer in February, and we should also be expecting a trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League as well in February. So most likely, unless it comes sometime this month, but you know, it comes out in March, so it's not that far away. But then right before I started recording, I saw that Harry Lennix did a Collider interview where, of course, they asked him about his role as Marsha Manhunter, General Swanwick in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And his story is just really interesting because, well, he mentions it in this interview. I just saw the clip where they were talking about Marsha Manhunter, because he was talking about another movie, Brave New World. But obviously they're going to ask him about it, right? Because it's coming out soon. And we didn't get to see him in the theatrical version. He didn't even get to shoot for the theatrical version. So he was able to go more into detail about that this time in this interview. I think when he was on Lightcast podcast, they talked about it, of course, but he wasn't able to say much about, like, you know, filming additional photography and everything. And that happened back in like October-ish. So we probably all assumed that he was there to shoot that scene, because Zack said that, you know, the only part, when he shared those storyboards way back when, Zack mentioned that the only part he wasn't able to shoot was the Harry Lennix side, which is when we see him transform into Martian Manhunter. So in the Lightcast podcast interview, and in this Collider one as well, Harry Lennix was explaining that, you know, he didn't even get to read the script. He was cut from the, you know, he was cut from the movie. He wasn't able to read the script. They cut his role, and that his script, you know, that script was like on lockdown because they were trying to keep it very private and very secretive that he was going to be Marsha Manhunter. There was a lot of fan speculation for a long time about that, and he kept denying it. That's because he didn't know, which he mentions again in this interview, he didn't know that he was actually, his character, General Swanwick, was actually disguising himself. You know, he's Marsha Manhunter, John Jones. And that's why for so long when people would ask him about it, or like ask him to give them something about this fan theory, he'd be like, sorry, no, guys, like, be cool, but I'm sorry, you know. And then when Zack shared that storyboard, it was like, wow, he is supposed to be Marsha Manhunter. And so thankfully, Zack got to shoot additional photography, which was only going to be a few minutes, right, total. And in this Collider clip, Harry Lennix confirms that he did shoot that footage with Zack Snyder, and it was just green screen footage, and that he was, you know, very surprised to learn that he was Martian Manhunter, and that he was super excited regardless to be part of these movies, that he had wanted to be. I mean, that it was like, you know, when he found out they were rebooting the Superman franchise, he had just been let go from his agency after a long time, and he was like kind of, you know, in this little slump, and he was thinking to himself, wow, that would be amazing to be part of that movie. And a couple weeks later he got the call that they wanted him, so he was just happy to play General Swanwick. And so, you know, to find out that he was actually Marsha Manhunter, which he said he didn't know anything about the character prior to, so of course he had to do some research, you know, get into the role, and that he's just very thankful to be part of Zack, you know, this movie franchise, and that they were asking him, I'm sorry, I lost my thought. They had asked him in the interview, like, were there any hints dropped? Like, you had no idea during Man of Steel, but during BVS filming, was there any hints dropped that you might be playing Martian Manhunter? And he was like, no, not at, like, he had no idea. You know, maybe looking back on certain things, maybe things will come back to him like, oh, maybe they asked me to do this for this reason. Or, you know, a lot of people always go back to the image of him and Superman facing each other in that interrogation room. And he's the only one who doesn't back down from Superman when he stands up and walks towards the two-way mirror. And a lot of people have always used that as like one of the big clues that he is Martian Manhunter. And so obviously at the time of filming that, he didn't know. But I think that that was intentional by Zack to have him do that for this reason. You know, plant little seeds here and there that kind of give the sense that he's not only General Swanwick. So it's cool, you know, I'm like I said, a lot of us probably assumed that he shot that footage with Zack during additional photography, but he confirmed that he did, and we will get to see him as Marsha Manhunter. Probably not long, you know, it's just not going to be very long, but it is going to show us that he is Marsha Manhunter in this universe. So going back to Army of the Dead, Netflix had a little like 2-minute thing today kind of showing clips from a bunch of it's basically showing a preview of their 2021 slate, a bunch of the movies they're going to have coming out this year. And included in that was a quick little look at Army of the Dead, Dave Bautista, and some other characters. And we've had a few images recently from the movie. You know, Zack retweeted it and said he's very excited to be part of this lineup that is coming in the summertime. It looks to be part of an action sequence, and then we see part of that image that we got recently of, you know, this squad team walking into this vault where all this money is. And we, of course, have the Easter egg of the canisters that Zack Snyder's Justice League, you know, Zack Snyder shared a long time ago, show us that it exists. It's a cool Easter egg to have in there. Even though it's from a different universe, we get those Easter eggs. A lot of Zack imagery, of course, his style, his aesthetic. And then, you know, some other ones I'm looking forward to on Netflix coming out this year that we got to look at real quick. Red Notice with Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot. And then I didn't know, and I don't know anything that's about it, but now that I know Leonardo DiCaprio is having a Netflix movie coming out this year, oh my God, so excited. He's one of my favorites since I was a kid. He's going to have a movie called Don't Look Up with Jennifer Lawrence. I don't know anything about it, but it's him, and so that makes me interested. And it's Netflix, like, awesome. So lots of other, you know, quick on their 2021 slate, killing the game. So just wanted to share that, and actually kind of glad that I wasn't able to make this video earlier today, because then I would have saw the Harry Lennix stuff, and that's always what happens to me. I make a video and then something else comes out. So I'm glad I had to wait until later to make this video, but hopefully we'll get some more information soon about when to expect the trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Zack said that there will be a countdown to the trailer. There's going to be a new poster. We'll get a release date. We'll get clarification on whether it's going to be 4 episodes or reverted back to 4 straight hours. So all of that coming up in the near future. But in the meantime, let's just keep up the hype. You know, continue letting them know how much we're excited for it. Oh, speaking of that, IMDb has a survey where you can vote for your most anticipated shows for this year, and Zack Snyder's Justice League is one of the options. So make sure you go and vote for it on there. If you follow me on Twitter, I tweeted the link. So, you know, let them know how hyped up we are about this, and it's not going to change after it comes out. We've got to continue that, you know. But anyways, thanks again, guys. Try to catch me on my live streams if you're able to. Thanks again for all the support. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a thumbs up on this video. Check out my merch with the link in the description, and we'll see you next time, guys.